The Middle of the Pack podcast.
Like someone said it to me recently. She said, I saw you running down the Rushden Road in a really floaty pair of shorts. I was like, oh my God.
Welcome to episode 48 of the Middle of the Pack podcast. And there you heard Karen Twomey talking about women's shorts. And that's what today's episode is all about. We'll be talking about running. We'll be talking about her recent experiences in the Cork City Marathon. But mostly we're concentrating on your questions about your issues with women's running shorts. And Karen had all the right answers, I hope. But let's kick off tonight's show where we've asked Karen what she's been up to since we've spoken to her last, and we'll take it from there. Welcome to episode 48 of the Middle of the Pack podcast with Karen Twomey.
So I suppose my most successful race since my foot injury, I finally ran faster than my 16-year-old self over 5k, which was a huge breakthrough. And that was something that I was targeting more long term. I really didn't think I'd get it before the halfway point of this year. I wasn't even sure I'd get it this year at all. But I ran 18:26 for 5k.
Wow.
Which was absolutely over the moon. So when I was 16, I ran 18:30. So it's been in my head ever since that I just refused to peak at 16. Surely in my 20s, I could run faster than my 16-year-old self. So I finally did that. So that was my best race, favorite race. And I was just so happy after my foot injury to finally make a breakthrough like that. And I think that kind of softens the blow now that I'm not running over the last couple of weeks, because I've made a huge breakthrough. So I'm delighted with that. So at least I've had a success this year. And the other thing then was pacing in the Cork Marathon in the 10k, which was like the most incredible experience ever. I would highly recommend it to absolutely everybody. It was just amazing. Like, I was more emotional crossing that finish line for everyone else around me than I have ever been crossing a finish line for myself. It was just incredible. The people I met along the way, the people I spoke to at each kilometer, like so many different characters, so many different interesting stories, and just like how grateful people were to me when we got over the line for getting them through the race was just incredible. And yeah, honestly, I think it's like the highlight of my running career to date, to be honest.
Oh, that's brilliant. And how
Yeah.
did you feel not racing a race?
Like, I really enjoyed it because I felt like the pressure wasn't on me. I didn't feel any pressure for myself at all. I just was so keen and eager to get people over the line. So like, I just went into it really relaxed, just like ready to have a bit of fun, ready to cheer people on, you know, give people a boost when they needed it. And yeah, it was great. And I like I said that, I was like, it was so nice to go into it feeling that way, that I don't need to do this for myself. I'm doing this for other people. And not having that pressure on my shoulders was actually so nice. I think I just enjoyed it so much more. So it's definitely something I will consider doing in the future. I've been asked for a few races in the meantime, but they've all been marathons. Obviously, I'm not going to pace a marathon when I haven't ran a marathon yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really keen to do it again, to be honest.
So will you sign up for Cork again next year?
I am hoping. I would love to pace the half. So hopefully I must actually log my interest for the half now. I'd love to pace 1:45 for the half. I
Okay.
just felt for the 10, like, we started so early. We started at 8:45 and I was finished by 9:30. And then it was like my day was done. And I nearly, like, when I finished, I was on such a buzz that I nearly would have jumped in and done the half marathon and paced that as well, because I just wanted to be part of it for longer. So
I
when I finished it, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to pace across the half next year, just to be involved a little bit longer in the day, I think.
I met you as you were coming back in, and I was kind of so
Yeah.
clued. I was so focused on, like, we're going off to start now, that I was going, what? She's finished, because you kind of went
Yeah,
job done,
I
and I
know.
was
It's
going,
actually mad.
yeah,
Because sure, the minute I finished, I was like, I'll go get a coffee, go collect my bag, and I'll head over and I can watch the half marathon coming through town. So it was nice in that sense. I was able to go supporting more or less straight away, and then
yeah,
down onto Washington Street. And I thought the new finish for the half and the full was incredible. Like,
brilliant.
the sport on Washington Street was insane. The DJ up on the courthouse steps, I thought, was a lovely touch. Yeah, it's just, I honestly think it is the best day of the year, hands down. I love
Yeah.
Cork Marathon. Oh my God, so rewarding. Like, I'd really, really recommend everyone to do it.
And how much slower for you was your pacing duties? What would you normally do a 10k?
I've done 40 minutes flat. Now, I haven't raced a 10k since 2024. So I reckon, like, I probably would go a bit faster now. the last time I raced it was 40 flat, but I knew that I was comfortable at 45 minutes because in all of my long runs leading up to it, every Sunday I was doing 16 kilometers with the middle 10 kilometers at 4:30 pace, which is 45 minutes for 10K. So I was always dropping into that 45 minutes on every long run. So I knew I was really comfortable with it. I knew that I could get into a good rhythm with it. And I think for 10K, like a 5 minute kind of buffer is fine. And then they were saying to me, like half marathon, you'd want like maybe a 15-minute window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But you were able to, you were at conversation. You weren't
yeah, I
at
was
any.
comfortable. Like, and I was glad that I was able to chat to people and motivate people, you know, that we weren't just running in silence alongside each other, that I was able to cheer people along. So it was nice to just, it was an effort, like, but it wasn't too hard an effort that I didn't get the chance to cheer people on and stuff. Yeah.
And you mightn't realize this, but like from what I can remember, a lot of people remember their paces nearly for life, the ones that got
Yeah.
them. So you'll be in someone's, oh, that's Karen, and you won't know where you met them from.
I had a few people follow me after and had messaged me actually to be like, oh, I stuck with you. Thanks so much. You know, people that I hadn't chatted to. So that was really, really nice. Or a few people, like when I put up a post on Instagram after, I had a few people tagging people that were in the photos with me. So that was really cool as well. Like Cork is always small, so you can make connections.
Yeah.
I was pacing with Darren Casey. He was fab. We hadn't met before it, and we got on so well. We're such good pacers together. So we were saying, hopefully now next year we'll stick as a team together again. And we both are hoping for the half. So we'll see how that goes.
I just put in a good word with Eamon and you'd be grand.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I did a good job for my first time out. I came in at 44, 45, so I didn't go too fast.
Oh no, that's
So,
good. And that got everybody over then. So
yeah, so I kind of pushed a few of them along when we came down the home stretch. And I just held back then because we're under strict instructions. You're not to come in 60 seconds. You can only come in 60 seconds faster and no slower. So between 44 minutes and 45. And that's it.
but job done, and everyone was
Job done.
happy.
And everyone was happy, yeah.
Brilliant. So we've got this new section now where we're going to talk about clothing. But I know I kind of felt from what I was getting from a lot of the female runners that I know, shorts seem to be kind of one of those issues where they can be extremely stylish or extremely uncomfortable. And I know we've got some
Yeah.
questions coming in, but you must have a few favorites or a few kind of.
Yes, sure. I think like if I was to open my drawer and grab a pair of shorts, the ones that I would always take out and the ones that I would always recommend to people are the Lululemon Wonder-Trains, but the ones with pockets.
Okay.
So I have the ones without pockets and I have the ones with pockets. I always reach for the ones with pockets, not so much the ones without. There's something with the ones with pockets. They fit better. They're more flattering. They can store like keys, phone, gels. They have pockets on either side. And they're a lovely length. They're 6-inch length. So they're not too short. And that stops them then kind of riding up, which for me is like the perfect short. They have everything you need. So comfortable. They're tight shorts. But they are the ones that I would recommend hands down to everybody.
And when you say tight shorts, it's like the men's running tight kind of, right, in my head.
Yeah, so they don't have any baggy layer over them.
Okay.
They're shorts, yeah. So they would be the ones that I would reach for most of my training sessions, to be honest.
And do you ever wear the kind of GA type shorts, for want of a better description?
Yes, I do. And they're one pair that I love. They're called Nike Swift Dri-Fit. So they've got a tight short underneath with pockets on either side.
Yeah.
And then they've got a looser layer over the top.
Right.
And they are amazing. They have a zip on the back of the outer layer for your keys. And then they've got pockets either side that you can store phone or gels.
And do you wear different types for different types of runs, or will you wear according to your tops and socks?
A lot of the time I will try and coordinate with tops and socks, but I would say that the shorts always form the basis for me for my outfit. So like I'll always pick my shorts first and then kind of go from there. It depends on the weather a lot of the time as well. So like if it's very hot, I'd opt for a baggy short with no tight layer underneath them. I just find for me, like in the summer or when it's hot, minimal layering is the best way to go.
Yeah.
So I would often go with, I have a Nike pair of those, they're Dri-Fit Tempos, I think they're called, and they just don't have the shorts layer underneath. So they're the very same as the other ones, but they don't have that tight layer underneath. Or also Lululemon do a couple of really nice ones. So they have the Lululemon Hotty-Hot shorts. They always have really interesting names, and they have different lengths. So I go for the longer length in all of my shorts, always. And also the Lululemon, the Shake It Out high-rise running shorts. So they're like a really loose short. They actually nearly look like a skirt, to be honest. They're so floaty and flowy, and they don't have a tight layer underneath as well. So just really nice for the summer. But again, the only downside to that is you don't have the storage then for your gels, your phone. They usually just have a small kind of secret pocket for keys, and that's about it.
That's interesting because I like a lot of the time my shorts would be more like again, for want of a better description, the GA type normal man's short. But I got a belt, and I know they're unisex. It's a decathlon belt, and
Right.
it's brilliant because you just put it up over the top of your shorts, and it's got enough for about 8 or 10 gels, a key pocket in the back. So if you've got any shorts that you really like that don't have pockets, one of those belts probably would help.
100%. And like, I'd be much more in favor of a belt versus a hydration vest. I just feel with the vests, I probably said this to you before, I think they generate so much heat on your back.
Yeah,
So I would opt not to carry one of them, but I do find with the belt, they actually carry way more than you initially think. Like when you buy them, they look like a really thin strip, but they actually stretch out loads, and you
yeah,
can fit nearly everything you need into them. Or like I don't know, I often carry my phone in my hand if I'm taking it with me running. I know a lot of people hate that, but I don't even notice it, to be honest. But yeah, like ideally you want shorts with pockets that you can store everything. I just
yeah.
think then in the hotter months, it is nice to wear like a pair of floaty shorts. They just don't have then that option of storing stuff.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing, isn't it? And probably just asked you this already, but when you go into a race, then is it more the kind of racing tights, kind of bicycle shorts?
Yeah, it's funny, like I am quite superstitious, so I actually do wear the same things when I'm racing all of the time. And the shorts that I wear when I race, I actually never ever train in them ever. So I actually wear a pair of USA Pro shorts. They are so old. They are years old. And they have a tiny zip pocket at the top. They're just a tight pair of shorts. They have a zip at the top that I literally slot my car key into. And they have nothing else. They have no other pockets or anything like that. And off I go.
And would you have worn them then with superstition? Would you have worn them for your pacing job?
I wore them for my pacing job. I've worn them for every race this year. I think I wore them for every race last year. I don't know what it is about them. I just think I've worn them now for so many races that I just trust them. They don't have any pockets to store anything. I actually normally I could put gels down into like my top or my sports bra a lot of the time. And yeah, I think I've just gotten so superstitious now at this point that I just continuously wear them, even though there are shorts that I prefer training in over them. I will continue to wear them. And they're like those shorts as well. I have them in a couple of different colours. Now, none of them compare to the black pair that I wear when I'm racing, but like they're cheap as chips. I buy them in Sports Direct. I think they're like €12 maybe. And it's funny then, like I have so many other pairs of shorts that have cost me a fortune, but the ones I race in are so easy to get a hold of, very cheap. I find them very comfortable to race in. And yeah, it's just, I don't
What
know.
what was the brand?
They're called USA Pro.
USA Pro, and they are
Yeah,
running shorts, or are
they're
they?
running shorts. Yeah, they're in Sports Direct.
Oh, I haven't
I
heard
think
of
it's
them.
one of the only places that I've seen stocking them in person in Cork.
Okay. And when you say you go and buy, you're still talking about you have the same pair. You don't replace it with another black pair, and it
They're
becomes
the
your
same
new
pair.
lucky shorts.
They're the same pair. Lucky shorts. I presume I'll continue to wear them. See, the
You might.
problem is that if I change them and if I had a bad race, I blame the shorts. I'll
Yeah.
just keep wearing them.
I had a little bit like that with a Brooks pair of shorts that I wore. Like I think I wore them for the Cork Marathon for the first time, and then any race after that, I wore them for the Dublin Marathon and any time. But I have since. It didn't make any difference to my performance, so you could probably
Okay.
try it.
I'll update you if I do decide to try it. I wear the same sports bra, shorts, socks. I wear the same absolutely everything.
But we did ask listeners, social media followers, probably yours as well, for some questions. And we did get quite a few, actually. I was surprised because it was kind of short notice.
Yeah.
But this one now it would probably leads into it quite well because you have your running pair. as in your superstitious pair. But one of the questions is, what's your favorite pair of women's running short? Obviously, women's running shorts, and why?
So I'm going to stick with the Lululemon Wonder-Train with pockets. I would always opt for, I think they come in different lengths. So I think there's a 4-inch pair and a 6-inch. I would always go with 6-inch. They're a little bit longer. There's more material. You can roll them up a little bit, and it just means that they're not riding up because they are that little bit longer. So there's more material there. Pockets on either leg, fantastic for storage. They're extremely comfortable. The band of them is really nice and thick, so I feel like it just gives you like good support around your stomach. They're nice and high-waisted as well. I love high-waisted short. They have a little drawstring on the inside that you can tighten with, and they have a few secret pockets that you can put, say, keys into. So they're just an overall great short. I know other people who I ran with, who I've trained with in the gym, they all highly rate them as well. And I've had a few people have messaged me on Instagram over the last couple of months, couple of years, asking me what shorts I recommend. And that's always what I would say to them. And they've always come back to me and said, I really, really like them. They are on the more expensive side, but I do think quality wise, they are worth it. I have put them through the wash. Like I probably wear them twice a week, put them through the wash both times, and they have never like deteriorated in quality. They are just, in my opinion, the best training shorts.
It might be an idea if you could send me a list of the ones that you recommended, and we can put them in the show notes afterwards. You've also mentioned a few times now that they don't ride up, and they don't, I don't have that problem with my particular style of shorts, but that was one of the questions, is why do running shorts ride up? And if you have a pair that ride up, can you do anything to actually stop it?
I think that it comes down to size and length. So I would always size up in my shorts.
Size up.
I always size up in all of them. So I go for a bigger size in my shorts always, across the board. I just think it gives more wiggle room, more material, and any shorts that I bought in my own size, I've always found they're the worst ones to ride up because there's less material there. Or they're, say, like stretch their max stretch nearly. So I always go for a bigger size in all my running shorts. No matter what the brand, I've always sized up. And any shorts that I haven't, I've always regretted it because of that issue, that they end up like super short shorts. The other thing is, again, if they're offering different lengths, which a lot of the like very good brands will do, I'd always go for the longest length. So like a 6-inch normally is the longest length. And I would always go for them. They just have more material. So they go that little bit further down your leg. And then I kind of roll them up a little bit. But it just means that they have that extra material. And I find that they don't ride up as much. Whereas I bought shorts, say, in my own size and at a shorter length. And they're always the ones that turn into like hot pants, basically.
I would have thought, I don't know, strangely, I would have thought the bigger size would be more likely to ride up, but because it's
Yeah,
looser.
I don't know. I've always found the opposite, to be honest. Like any shorts, I'm thinking of, I got a pair of Honor Active shorts for the high rock sim that I did with my friend, and I got them in my own size. And as we were running around, I was like, oh my God, these shorts like riding up my legs the whole time, every time I went around, and I was constantly pulling them down. I just felt like they were like stretched to their full ability around me, and they just kept moving up my leg. Whereas in any, say, Lululemon I've gotten, I've always sized up one size. Nike shorts, I've always sized up at least one size, if not two. And yeah, same across the board, really. My racing shorts are, I think, 3 sizes bigger than my normal size, and they don't budge. I've just always found once I size up, I'm okay, and then just go for a little bit of a longer length.
And does that silicone lining, does that make a difference, or is that just gimmicky?
Kind of around the leg, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one pair that do have that, to be fair, and I would still say I do spend a lot of time fixing them and pulling them down. So I don't really know, to be honest. I wonder, like, when you sweat even, like, does that kind of break the layer or break the stickiness? So no, the shorts that I have that I like the most, like say the Lululemon Wonder-Trains, they don't have that and they stay still.
This one is a bit of a complicated question, but I did send it to you. But it says, best lady shorts with internal cycling short type liner with good phone pockets and external short, and an external short with a key zip. not too shorty short.
I know exactly what's being described.
Okay.
And that is the one that I mentioned earlier. So the Nike Swift Dri-Fit. Again, I would recommend sizing up on them. I had tried on a pair in my own size and they were too tight on me. The outer layer was tight to my legs as well, which I don't like. I like the outer layer to be nice and loose. But the inner shorts have pockets on either side, so there's plenty of storage space. And then they have a baggy outer layer and there's a zip on the back for keys. And the zip is actually big enough. The zip pocket there is probably big enough that you could probably fit a gel in there as well.
Okay.
So plenty for storage. Really, really like them. I actually really like Nike shorts in general. I think they have some really, really nice running shorts. And I feel like they're like the OG running brand. Like they've done all the research. They know what people like. So they're a very trustworthy brand for running.
What was the name of it again? Even though we will put it in the show notes.
And Nike Swift Dri-Fit.
Nikes. And maybe not with your superstitious running shorts, but are expensive running shorts really worth the extra money?
In most cases, I would say yes. And the reason I think that is because you want, like, I nearly look at my running wardrobe at this stage as like a capsule wardrobe. Like, I want to be buying pieces that I know are going to stand the test of time. They're going to make it through the multiple washes they're going to go through every week. They are not going to change shape or lose elasticity. And also ones that I'm not going to get sick of. So, like, it's easy to kind of buy into running trends of like I bought a pair of gingham print running shorts recently, or like a couple of months ago, and I look at them now and I don't even want to take them out of the drawer. I hate the print so much. Whereas, like, I've invested in like really nice Lululemon pieces that I reach for all of the time. You know, nice colors, no crazy patterns, really good quality. They've always gone through the wash and come out like perfect on the other side. And they are that little bit more expensive, but I will continue to wear them for the next couple of years. And I trust that they'll be absolutely fine for the next couple of years. Now, in saying that, my racing shorts are super cheap. I love them, but I don't know, is that the superstition? So I wouldn't necessarily say all expensive running gear is better. And also, I bought Nike shorts from Sports Direct for €12 on sale. So like some of the expensive brands then you can catch them for really cheap on sale. So I'd often go to places like Sports Direct where they might have last season's colours, but they're the same kind of shorts as they're putting out right now. And you will get them for a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's ways around it as well. But I suppose like some of the pieces from Lululemon that I've invested in, like I'm happy that I've done that. And I know that I'll be wearing them for the next couple of years. But I do try and look around then so that I'm not spending a fortune on all my running gear. Like I bought running gear on Vinted. I've bought really nice Nike Adidas pieces on Vinted. I swear by it. They've always come in perfect condition. I bought an Adidas singlet recently for €3. It's very vintage, very retro, but I love the traditional running gear. And Sports Direct as well, I think is amazing. Like they just have last season's colours and they might be half price. But sure, who cares if you're wearing last season's colours?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's ways around it as well. But in general, I am a bit of a firm believer in investing in your running wardrobe, buying pieces that you know you won't get sick of, buying pieces that will stand the test of time. I think is worth it in the long run.
Yeah. And I'd often go, if I know I'm going to get lots of wear out of it, it's worth it. If it's going to sit in the drawer, it's not worth it. And that's the same with anything really, isn't it?
100%.
I should get sponsored by Vinted. That's 2 episodes in a row now that it's
100%. Start tagging them on social media.
yeah.
I love Vinted, like, and I think it's amazing, like picking up running gear. I've been saying to a couple of my friends recently, like I'm really going back to like Adidas, Nike, you know, steering back into those brands because like they've been making running gear for years. So they know what they're looking for. They know how to make good running gear. They know that people want storage space. They know people want pockets. They know people want zip pockets. They know they want comfortable shorts that are secure and flattering. So they are great brands and trustworthy brands. But like they can be very expensive. Like if you're looking at buying full Nike shorts and a top, like you're looking at spending probably €120, €130. So I'd often find something I like online and I go on Vinted, have a search for it. If it's there, great. If it's not, then I'll consider buying it at full price.
Or they have the outlet stores as well, so there's an opportunity to go and have a look there. We have one more question, and how do you stop your phone bouncing around during a run?
This
Apart from
is
holding it.
Yeah, I know. And this is a good question. And it's one that I haven't fully mastered yet. I think a good running belt, and like I've tried and tested a good few, and I'm somebody that when I'm running, I hate things moving on me. That's why I always like to wear the same things that I trust. I hate anything bouncing around like a running belt or anything like that. I think sometimes you just need to try and test different running belts and see what suits. Some of them move, some of them don't. And it really is personal preference when it comes down to it. Like I've met people who've sworn by one running belt. I bought it. I've hated it. I picked up a really nice one in John Buckley's. I think it's like one of the only, it's just, I think it was about €5. I don't even know the specific name of it. I'll send it on to you. But once it's nice and secure, it doesn't move around. I usually hold my phone. Anyone who ever sees me running down the marina will see me with my phone in my hand. I've just gotten so used to it at this stage. Or a pair of shorts that have a good deep pocket on the side of the leg.
Yeah.
You'd slide that and it actually will be fine and it won't move around then at all. But I suppose you just want a pocket that's deep enough that the phone is not halfway out, because once you start moving, then your phone's going to fall out. So I have found the Wunder-Trains with pockets are fantastic for that. The pocket is nice and deep that you can actually sit the phone right into it. And even with movement, the phone doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll also happily take advice on that from anybody, to be honest, because I haven't fully mastered it. I run races with my phone in my hand and everything.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a close look at some of my racing photos and you'll spot the phone in my hand.
Definitely my decathlon belt, it for me it doesn't move around, and I have a couple of shorts that have a pocket on the leg, and that seems to be the best, but there are some that it's just shocking, you'd almost get
Yeah.
chafing. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that question. What's the best way to avoid chafing in running shorts?
I would probably say Vaseline or chafing balm. Luckily, I haven't really got chafing from running shorts. I actually always get it under my sports bras, where I would normally get it really, really badly after a race. I just find like putting a layer there of like Vaseline or the chafing balm. I think you can pick it up in the Edge or John Buckley's or any running shop. To be honest, they usually have it at the counter. Just to put a layer between the material and your skin can really help.
We had Irish brand Buff Barrier, it's
Yes.
called,
Yeah.
and it's for chafing. They've also got one for blisters as well for your feet, and so they've got a male version and a female version, and then one for blisters. An Irish company called Buff Barrier. But some shorts seem to cause it as well, don't they? I mean, you said during the summer you won't wear the tights as much as you wear a looser short. Is that because tights tend to cause chafing?
Potentially, I suppose maybe like along the seams. And
Yeah,
if there's like a seam, if it's rubbing along your leg and your leg is sweating as well, it could definitely contribute to it. I just find like a baggy short in the summer is nice and loose, nice and airy. You're not overheating. You're not like, if you're not getting sweats trapped inside your shorts. Or often I'd find if I'm running and I'm sweating a lot and your shorts would nearly be wet with sweat, or same with sports
yeah,
bra. I think that's I get it on the band of my sports bra. But that can cause chafing as well. So having a looser short just means that you don't get that kind of sweat saturation. I find helps, but obviously then you lose out on the shorts don't have as much storage. And also I find with the looser shorts, like they are more exposing. I have one pair that are nearly slit like right up the side, and you would be a little bit, well, I would be more self-conscious then if it's windy and they're
yeah.
like someone said it to me recently. She said, I saw you running down the Rushden Road in a really floaty pair of shorts. I was like, oh my God, you probably see my whole life. But look, when it's hot, I think sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. Like I'm wearing minimal layers, keeping myself cool.
Brilliant. Listen, time has flown. I can't believe that time is
I
up.
know.
So listen,
I've talked
thanks.
forever.
Yeah, but thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for your information. And yeah, it's been brilliant again. So we'll see you next time.
Great. Thank you, Padraig.
And thank you to Karen Twomey for a great episode. I really enjoyed chatting to Karen as always. As I said during the show, any shorts that Karen has recommended, she sent me an email, so they're all in the show notes. If you kind of access, you can go into the Podbean or the Apple or Spotify, and there should be show notes there where all those shorts are recommended. If not, you can drop me an email and I can answer any of the questions that you may have, and we can clarify what shorts Karen was talking about. So I hope you enjoyed that. So for this week, thanks for listening and keep on running.